Good afternoon. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins, and today is April 22nd, 2025, Earth Day, and we are going to have a wonderful media briefing this week. We're going to have the Deputy County Executive, Richard Wishney, tell us everything that's going on in parks, and we are looking so forward to having the Planning Commissioner, Blanca Lopez, and her team up to talk about some other exciting things. We're going to start today, though, by pausing for a sad note, where the world is going to mourn the passing of a truly extraordinary and compassionate leader, His Holiness Pope Francis. Here in Westchester, we have lowered flags on county properties to half staff. As the first Jesuit pope, Pope Francis brought with him a deep spiritual and intellectual legacy grounded in humility, love, and service to others. He reminded us all that faith and progress are not mutually exclusive, that caring for the poor and embracing one another across lines of difference are not just ideals, but moral imperatives. As a proud graduate of Fordham Preparatory School, a Jesuit institution, I feel a deep connection to the values Pope Francis embodied: a commitment to justice, pursuit of the truth, and a belief that love and unity must guide all of our actions. We are grateful for his life, his leadership, and the enduring example he leaves behind. May we honor his memory by carrying his message of compassion and inclusion forward. Certainly this weekend on Saturday the 26th, Pope Francis will have his ceremony in Vatican Square in the Vatican City on Saturday. Follow that information, if you will, and if you're supportive of that, to be able to mourn the loss of His Holiness Pope Francis. We're going to switch gears now and talk a little bit about the things that are happening in Westchester County. The first thing that comes to mind for me is there's a lot of rumors about our large park in the city of Rye, which is Playland. So there's lots of rumors out there and what's going to happen in the summer. I want everyone to continue to take a step back and let us finish assessing the situation. Let me be clear. As we look forward to the 2025 season, our intention is to open the park and continue that legacy. At this time, we are actively assessing the situation to ensure that when the gates do open, the experience is safe, enjoyable, and up to the high standards our residents expect and deserve. We have long referred to Playland as the crown jewel of Westchester County, a place filled with joy, tradition, and generations of cherished memories. It holds a place so special in the hearts of so many families across our county and beyond. We know how much Playland means to the community, and we appreciate your patience and understanding as we work through the necessary details. Once we have a more definitive picture of the upcoming season and what that's going to look like, we'll definitely let everyone know and share that information publicly and transparently. At the bottom line is we know that we have spent over $150 million of all of our money in investing in Playland. So we know that investment is going to be well maintained and move forward. So we look forward to sharing some information real soon. So stay tuned. With that, we're going to switch to our Department of Planning. The Westchester County Department of Planning is celebrating National Community Development Week from the 21st, yesterday, through April 25th. Each year, the county recognizes the impact and success of the Community Development Block Grant Program on municipalities here in Westchester County. Over the years, Westchester County has truly seen the value in the CDBG program, and in many cases, CDBG funding has been what has made a difference in getting projects across the finish line. Across the 31 communities that participate in the Urban County Consortium, CDBG funds have been used for sidewalk repairs, to make park improvements, fund handicap-accessible vans, and other things. This program ultimately helps improve the quality of life for Westchester residents, and during Community Development Week, we recognize our planning department for all that they do. And here to tell us everything about the planning department is the illustrious Commissioner of the Department of Planning, Blanca Lopez. Blanca, come up and tell us more.
Thank you so much. Thank you, County Executive. Thank you, Deputy County Executive. Good afternoon, everybody. As the County Executive mentioned, I'm here to talk about this special week, which is National Community Development Week, and we celebrate this all over the country to celebrate the impact and success of the CDBG program, and to highlight all the great work that our planning department staff do to make this successful. At a time when we see alarming headlines daily about the number of valuable government employees being laid off at the federal level, it is important to pause and recognize the incredible dedication of 15 professionals within our planning department. These individuals work tirelessly behind the scenes, not only to ensure the success of the CDBG program, but also to manage the many other responsibilities they carry. Their hard work and commitment are essential to the continued success of community development efforts. And today we want to express our heartfelt gratitude for all that they do. Just to give everyone a brief background on the program and the county's involvement, the CDBG program was created under the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974. To provide infrastructure, safe, affordable, accessible housing, and a variety of public programs to individuals and families, the majority of whom are low to moderate income residents. Each year, Westchester County receives a federal allocation from HUD to fund the county's CDBG program. This includes funding for the Emergency Solutions Grant, which is a homelessness prevention program, and the Home Investment Partnerships Program, which funds a variety of affordable housing development activities. The Department of Planning administers these funds on behalf of the municipalities that belong to the Urban County Consortium. Currently, the consortium is made up of 31 municipalities, 1 city, 10 towns, and 20 villages, serving over 500,000 residents. These municipalities use CDBG funds to address their infrastructure, their social services, and economic development needs at the local level. Since 1976, the county has administered this program and to date has distributed over $211 million to consortium communities and other entities that serve low to moderate income residents, such as public housing authorities and nonprofit organizations. Here are just a few examples of how these funds are used. $287,500 awarded to Meals on Main Street, a nonprofit organization, for the purchase of a mobile food pantry to serve residents in the villages of Portchester and Ossining. $100,000 towards the purchase of a new bus for the village of Terrytown. The bus provides senior citizens with rides to doctor appointments and other trips. $175,000 towards playground improvements in the village of Tuckahoe, and $200,000 for sidewalk improvements in the village of Ossining. The 31 municipalities and their residents rely on the planning department to administer these grants on their behalf for many reasons. Primarily because of the strong partnership and trust that has been built over the years. The hard work and collaboration between various levels of government ensure the program's continued success. Therefore, it is important to take this opportunity to thank and applaud the professionals in the planning department who make CDBG work. They are the ones transforming communities through investment, and today we are proud to highlight their efforts. We start off with 3 professionals who work year-round in the CDBG program: Terry Fleischman, Director of Housing, Kim Holland and Gayatri Ramburose, Program Administrators. These 3 professionals are responsible for managing the CDBG program. They communicate with our HUD liaisons, oversee daily operations of the program, ensure compliance with policies and regulations, and coordinate staff and review projects. Next, we have our fiscal administrators, John Estro and Rhonda McInerney. John and Rhonda handle all of the fiscal aspects of the program. John works closely with our colleagues at the law department to prepare contracts and amend agreements time and time again, and when needed. He reviews contracts with our subgrantees and makes sure that reports, financial vouchers, and Davis-Bacon requirements are being met. Rhonda prepares financial reports, administers program budgets, and ensures fiscal compliance, working alongside our colleagues in the fiscal and budget and finance departments. Then we have our project managers. They wear many different hats within the program. These professionals work closely with municipalities, nonprofit organizations, and housing authorities to provide guidance and technical assistance with projects being funded with CDBG money. They review project scopes and budgets, perform site visits, participate in trainings, and ensure program compliance and with all the requirements. A few additional examples of their crucial roles. We have Millie McGraw and Doug Wessels. They perform required environmental reviews on all projects, which assess potential environmental impacts and ensure that federally funded projects won't cause significant environmental effects. Suzette Lopane, Kyle Sitzman, and Carolyn Marin, they provide landscape design assistance to subgrantees. Their work has supported landscaping and beautification of public parks, playgrounds, and other public spaces by keeping the public safe from hazards while protecting natural resources. They've also worked on improving local streets for safer pedestrian activity and connectivity, and have elevated the importance of green infrastructure projects and stormwater management. We also have additional key team members. Leonard Grunfeld, who's the Director of Community Development, who manages the home funds we receive. Len works with both nonprofit and for-profit developers to fund smaller, affordable housing developments within the consortium communities. Amy Morabito is the administrator of the ESG program. Amy works closely with nonprofit organizations throughout the county that provide housing and housing-related services to low and very low-income households. The services range from supporting street outreach for unsheltered individuals and families, to funding renovations at homeless shelters and providing rental assistance or housing search and placement. Over the years, funding for the CDBG program in Congress has always been compromised. However, despite of these challenges, our staff remains dedicated and committed. The work they do is incredibly diverse and far-reaching. Their expertise in project management, environmental reviews, landscape design, and program compliance is vital to the success of this program, both today and in the future. We thank them for their service and for their work that they do on behalf of Westchester County. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Lopez. And again, it can't be understated in the Department of Planning, and thank you for the outstanding report on the things that happen specifically with the Community Development Block Grant Program and how that is an impact between our local municipalities and the county on behalf of the federal government. And a lot of times people take that for granted. We don't do that here in Westchester County. We know that the people in the departments are the ones, like in the Department of Planning, are the ones that actually get the things done. And then the people that, like me and Richard Wishney, our Deputy County Executive, and all of our folks from a senior team perspective, our job is to remove roadblocks and get out the professionals' way and let them do the work that they do so well. So again, congratulations to the Department of Planning, and certainly during this week to make sure that things continue to happen on the Community Development Block Grant Program. But we have to continue to say for all of our public sector employees, no matter where they are, that we know in the county that their service is invaluable, and we're going to continue to uplift and support each one of them. So again, thank you so much, Commissioner Lopez. It is just wonderful to hear the work that is going on in our Department of Planning. And people don't understand a lot of times that there's things that happen in the background for various reasons. And sometimes people don't understand why things take so long to move from point A to point B. But the reality is that you check to make sure there's not unintended consequences, to make sure that things move forward the way that people intended. And a lot of times, legislators and both, the Deputy County Executive and I have had that experience of being legislators and in the offices, and you make up a law and you say, yeah, that's going to be a good thing, right? But it's really the professionals that are in places like the Department of Planning that make sure that what was intended actually gets delivered, because sometimes things happen. Any of us that have that experience in whether it's a car repair or a home repair, it's always the same thing. You fix this thing and you break something else. The Department of Planning makes sure that you think about those things before you actually get involved. So again, congratulations to them during National Community Development Week, which is from April 21st to April 25th. every year. And I know that all of our various municipalities in the villages, the towns, and the cities all respect and understand the value of the Department of Planning. So again, thank you so much for that opportunity. Tomorrow, we're going to invite everyone to come in and hear more things about what's going on in the state of our county tomorrow. So we're inviting everyone to join us at 7 p.m. tomorrow for the event where we are doing the state of the county. That's the address from the county executive to the Board of Legislators, and we open the doors to let everyone else see that conversation through streaming services, or you can tune in on Facebook at facebook.com/westchester.gov. Or if you have made a reservation, you do have to RSVP to be able to be in the room, to be here to hear directly. But again, it's really important. This powerful conversation is going to be about where we stand and, more importantly, where we're going together. So again, we're inviting everyone to come out and see that 7 p.m. tomorrow, State of the County address, whether stream or in person. It's an opportunity to see what things have been done and where we're going to go. And we heard some of those things today from our Commissioner of Planning. With that, let me turn over to the Deputy County Executive to let us know everything going on in parks on this Earth Day. Ms. DCD.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to talk about our nationally accredited and award-winning park system here in Westchester County. We do that each week, and we explain to people some of the activities that are taking place throughout the county. Especially important this week, though, this is the beginning of Pitch-In for Parks. That normally takes place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on specific dates at both our Bronx River Reservation, the Croton Point Park, Glen Island Park, as well as Tibbetts Brook Park. And volunteers will help to clean up the parks before they get into their very busy season. This has been a very successful program each year, and we're very grateful for everyone that steps forward to help out. And if you'd like to participate, you can certainly go onto our county park site to see the times and the programs that have been established and when you can jump in and help out. And also, you can also go to the Volunteer New York site as well. This week, in addition to that very special program, starting on Friday, April 25th, from 5:45 a.m., Ken and I are going to be there, to 6:45 a.m. It's called the Sunrise Hike to Overlook, and it's at the Alfred Del Bello Muscoot Farm. And those that are 18 and older can see the beautiful views as the sun rises over the farm surrounding land. It's beautiful. And each walk, of course, is weather dependent. And you can sign up for it. You'll get an email the day before if it's been canceled because of weather issues. It'll take place again on May 13th, 30th. Actually, on the 30th, Ken and I will be there because it's an earlier start at 5:10 a.m. And anyway, so please do go and check it out. It's a beautiful site. And on Saturday, April 26th, from 8:30 to 10 a.m., the Kids Community Farm to Table with Fiddleheads Cooking Studio. And the children from ages 7 to 13 will make their own breakfast, and it'll be all fresh from the farm ingredients. And then Sunday, April 27th, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., there'll be archaeology exploring the past at Croton Point Park. And that's an opportunity for you to learn all about the history, and you'll have an informative and fascinating lecture and event about the archaeology of our area and around the world, and that's a free program. And on Sunday, April 27th, from 2 p.m. to 3:30, there'll be a history hike at Cranberry Lake Preserve in North White Plains. You can learn about the rich history during a 3-mile hike, and hiking shoes are recommended. And then finally, on Sunday, April 27th, this is something we all want to know about, how the squirrels prepare for each season with their food. And squirrels exhibit fascinating foraging habits, and that vary significantly throughout the season. So if you'd like to do that, again, it's at the Edith Reed Wildlife Sanctuary, April 27th, from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Thank you, Mr. County Executive.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy County Executive, and certainly in the 545 opportunities, everyone understands it's the part of the Deputy County Executive's role to be out there for those sunrise hikes and overlook at Alfred B. Del Bello Muscoot Farm. That was the former County Executive, Alfred B. Del Bello Muscoot Farm, 5:45 in the morning, or even the one at 5:10 in the morning. Good. Enjoy that. Let me know how it goes, right? The reality is, again, that in the nationally accredited park system, make sure that you sign up for the eParks newsletter. You can go online at parks.westchestergov.com, and you can just click on getting that e-newsletter, and you can get all of the great information that the Deputy County Executive talked about with the nationally accredited and award-winning park system. And in addition, there's valuable coupons for things like coffee that you might want to have at 5:45 in the morning before you start the hike to fuel up. Certainly this week we had an opportunity here from our Department of Planning. Commissioner Blanca Lopez talked about the National Community Development Week from April 21st through April 25th, and all the wonderful things that our Department of Planning does with those CDBG dollars, and being able to, not only that, and other activities that they're doing, whether it's protecting our drinking water, making sure that there's affordable housing that's being developed, making sure there's not unintended consequences for anything that happens, and more importantly, partnering with our local communities so they don't have to have that kind of expense when we have the great resources that we have in the planning department, and making sure that Westchester County as a regional government is partnering with our local municipalities and then interfacing to both the state and federal levels to make sure that those dollars that Westchester residents rightly deserve get back into their community. So we continue to thank them for all of their work that they're doing. Give a quick status on what's going on with Playland, and again, we're going to work our tails off to make sure that the Parks Department, everyone that's working as hard as they can to be able to get information and get ready for park opening, and we're still planning on that being in May, as we've done in the past. The reality is that it's really challenging work, but again, we know that the people of Westchester County government are up to that task. If there's any example from the Department of Planning, we know they're going to get it done. Finally, we had a conversation and talked about everything parks that's going on, but we wanted to end again in making sure that we're recognizing the loss of His Holiness, Pope Francis, and making sure that everyone is reminded that in this particular time when there's so many different challenges, that we have the professionals here in Westchester County that help us navigate through all of these things to get things done. With that, I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything that comes up between now and the state of the county, we'll be able to come out and report that to you. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you, whether here in person or on the stream, tomorrow evening, starting at 7 p.m. Thanks for watching.